Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, we're going old school. This is book finds and comps. What I found in the last week. I've got a good eclectic mix and things that I like to buy for my eBay store, to sell on Amazon, what works for me and what attracts my eye. So, hey, I before I jump in, I want to say thanks for the channel support, the views. The channel just keeps growing little bit by little bit. Hey, if you're a new viewer, hit subscribe, keep coming back. If for you guys that have been around with me along this journey, thank you for the support, the comments, the feedback, things that, it's parts of making the book selling community cool. So again, thanks, I appreciate it. So let's jump in. If you haven't been a viewer of this channel for long, I'll tell you what I do when I find books is I use a hybrid approach. I use my Mach 1 calibrated eyeball and a scanner. I traditionally was just I didn't use any kind of scanning at all, but I found that I use ScoutIQ, and it's good for really quick feedback. It's quicker than me looking up things, any kind of comps on eBay or something. But I still lean heavily, and mainly I don't scan every book. I kind of just look at things with my eyeballs, and I see things that I like, and then I scan or do comps that way. And it works for me, this hybrid approach. And a lot of people have different camps on what way to go. To me, I don't care. It's like whatever's the best tool in my toolbox to get the job done, to find good books that can make me good profit, right? So, but here's things that I've found, and this first one I'm going to show you is something that if I see this on the shelf, there's probably a 95% chance I'm going to get this unless it's just really expensive. Look, I'm looking along and I see the hand cannons of Imperial Japan. I mean, that title, if you see something like that and you're not picking it up, then you need to keep learning, man, because this is the type of thing that's good. I only paid $1 for this, and it turns out, see, I put $1 in it right there. It turns out this one's signed by the author too. It turns out a hand cannon, I'm not sure why they're hand cannons, it's kind of like just pistols of Imperial Japan. And, there's some pretty cool stuff in here. It's, details. This thing sells, I've seen it between 50 and 150 bucks. So we'll see. I don't know if it originally had a dust jacket or not, but even if I get 50 bucks for it, paid $1, it's good. Here's one. I think I paid $1 for this one. It's about an author. It's the portable, I don't know, I'm gonna butcher her name, Anasis Nin, author in the 60s. Had a couple of books. There was one called, it was her diary in the mid 60s. Delta Venus. Anyway, it's about a $15 book, and paid $1 for it. Here's one, I'm gonna tell you, whenever you see this is Army of the Heartland. It's about the Army of Tennessee in the 1800s Civil War time frame. But look, I see this selling for about 30 bucks. I paid $2 for it, that's what that sticker means. But whenever I see something from university presses, I always check them out. It's not a guarantee, but university presses have kind of niche type stuff. A lot of times it's history related, but when you see a university press book, something that's published by the university, and see this one, you can tell it's like LSU. You can see on the spine, right? It'll usually have something like that. I always look for that. When I see it, I check them out. Here's another one that's about a $30 book. Texas Rangers, and so it has Texas, and it's the University of Texas Press. So about a $30 book, good subject matter. You got Texas Rangers, history, Old West, type of stuff that sells really good. All right, here's a weird one. I can't believe this thing brings like 20 bucks, but it's good, right? Raising Chickens for Dummies. Sometimes these for dummies books do well. They're if it's weird subject matter, that's what I like. So Raising Chickens, I don't know if that's weird for some people, but for a lot of people it is, and that's a good one. That's about a $20 one on Amazon. Here's one that blows my mind. Look, this book was originally sold in 2004. How to Behave So Your Dog Behaves. This thing has a pretty good e-score on Amazon. The original price was $23.95. I see this selling for 25 to 30 bucks on Amazon now, and it's got a good e-score. It's going to sell pretty quick. I actually paid up for it. When I saw how quickly I thought it would sell, and for the price, I paid $3. And if you know me, if you see my videos here in North Alabama, that's paying up, right? Because I'm buying a lot of stuff for 50 cents or $1. But it's kind of funny, 2004 it sold for that. I guess with inflation, the selling for 25 now, we're still a value, but it's kind of funny to me that was the price, and I can still get about 25 bucks for it. Here's another kind of weird one. It's only about a $15 book. Farming the Small Forest. You know, I guess if you want to retire, move to South Alabama, start a tree farm, this is going to be in my store. You can buy it. That's retirement right there. Okay, this magazine, Bella Grace. You ever see these sell for 20 to 25 bucks used? If you, I think on the newsstand, I don't know, my eyeballs, if I can even read it. It's like 20, it's like 20 or 20, I don't know, it's like 20 bucks on the newsstand, so that's why they resell good. Anytime I see a Bella Grace magazine, I pay 50 cents for this. I buy them, they sell really good, they're expensive, so that's one to keep in mind. All right, how about a fiction book? You know, I specialize, I like hardback nonfiction is my wheelhouse. I do most of my successful books on hardback nonfiction, and if you're not looking at hardback nonfiction, I suggest you do. Not that you can't make money on other things, but hardback nonfiction, kind of these topics, like weird kind of niche kind of topics, there's good resale potential there. If you're not looking at it, I suggest you check it out. But here's a fiction book. I read this probably when I was 12 years old. Terry Brooks, Sword of Shannara. This hardback edition, it's got a little ratty. It's a book club edition. You can tell just because, well, it actually says book club edition, but it doesn't have a price, doesn't have a number line. I'm going to do a video on that, just talking about book club editions, but you know, you can always tell too, not always, but often, you know, there's no print line. But this one was easy, right? Because it says book club edition. I paid 50 cents for this. I see this selling for about 20. If you have really nice copies or a first edition, they can bring, you know, lots, you know, 50, 60, 80 bucks. Whenever I see this in hardback, I look at it. I always love the cover art. And actually the paperback version of this, I love. It's been what I had when I was a kid. It has a gatefold piece of artwork, and it's all the Brothers Hildebrand. Let's see if you can see. You can see how they sign their stuff, right? Try not to bump the video there. Hildebrand. Love their artwork. If you hadn't checked them out, check them out. Google Brothers Hildebrand, look at their art. Pretty cool stuff. All right, here's one paid 50 cents for. This should be about a $30 book too. The Dory book. It's about boats. Look, it's got all kinds of diagrams. You know, I guess, you know, plans. Look, I guess if you want to build your own boat or dory, that's it. So it shows different ones there. It's about a $30 book. This one's, you know, it's a little worn, a little aged. Maybe I'll sell it for 25, but I'll probably start it at 30, see what happens. All right, this last thing I will show, I've had success with this before. It is these language course things with Muzzy. It's a BBC publication. I think the original one was in Spanish, but they make them in Italian and German, all different languages now. This one's actually Chinese, all right? And I got level 1 and level 2. So there's 2 of them. I see these things, this Chinese one selling, new, I think it was like $100, $99 sold. And what they are, if you check them out, if they come in these, they're CDs, okay, DVDs. Look, that one hadn't even been opened. There's some of these that haven't even been used. Always check to make sure they're all there, right? And then, I'm trying not to dump this stuff out. Make good video, right? And then there's always like a workbook, you know, check it. Sometimes you'll see these as X-Library, which I've even sold as X-Library. This had no X-Library markings. I don't know, somebody just wanted to learn Chinese, whatever. I should be able to at least get, I think 75 or 80 bucks. Some of these being unopened, I may actually be able to get like that 99 bucks for 100 bucks for them. I paid $3 each, so I paid $6 total. And like I said, I've had good success with these. It's easy to remember. They're bright. It's this Muzzy BBC. Even if you find some of the individual, you know, components, they can sell, not big money, but people, if you get them for a quarter or 50 cents, because people might be missing that one, right? So, but I'll sell these together. It'll be good. That's it. That's what I found. Kind of a cool, eclectic mix, right? It's some good resale potential. But you know, hopefully you enjoyed that. Got some comps, but some pointers on how to train your eye and things to look for. And you know, remember, now I got them, I got to list them so they can sell. So with that, just remember, see cool, buy cool, and then list it so you can sell it. Talk to you soon. Bye.